I'm Terri Kimble with the Chandler Chamber, and we have another business expert to hear from you to help navigate through this crisis. I have joining me today Stephen Vogt with Stephen Vogt CPA to hopefully answer some of your tax questions. Stephen, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So I have some questions that have come in through our members. I'd love to run by you and just have tell us so that we can educate people on how to navigate during these tax times. So what does moving the tax deadline from April 15th to July 15th mean for an individual?
What it means is the normal April 15th deadline now has been moved to July 15th. You don't need to do anything. Normally, you'd have to file an extension, request that the IRS lets you wait until a later date, but you don't have to do anything now. And not only the IRS, but Arizona and most states now will allow you to wait automatically until July 15th.
Wow, that's great news. So what if I owe money? Do I still have to pay by April 15th or before July 15th?
You do not need to pay by April 15th. That's the good news. And that's not just the IRS, but most states, including Arizona. You can wait until July 15th to pay any tax owed. And not just the tax. If you owe any penalties or interest, you can wait until July 15th to pay that.
Great. What does moving the tax deadline from April 15th to July 15th mean for a business?
Okay, now business tax returns are a bit different. If you're a C Corp or a trust or an estate, you have until July 15. But if you're an S corporation or partnership, the deadline was March 15 and that still holds true. So hopefully if you're an S Corp or partnership, you already filed your tax return or you filed a request for an extension.
So what other items do people need to know about or should be aware about, such as the president announced this new stimulus package? What does that mean?
That is a common question. We're getting that question often right now. In general, if you're a single person, you can expect a stimulus payment check of about $1,200 probably within the next 2 weeks. A married couple can expect maybe about $2,400. If you have children under 16, another $500 for each of those. Now, another common question we're getting is, what if I haven't filed a tax return? Because in general, it's based on whether or not you filed a tax return. If you filed a 2018 tax return, you're in luck because it'll be based on that. But if you haven't filed 2018, you should file your 2019 tax return so you can get that stimulus payment check. However, there are some people who weren't required to file a 2018 or 19 tax return. For example, if you're collecting Social Security, you're not required, if that's your only income, to file a tax return. You will still get a stimulus payment check. Or if you're receiving veterans benefits, you'll still get a check. Now, if none of that applies, what you can do is go to the IRS website, irs.gov, and you can look to see, they're gonna have something there that'll help you give them information so they can get that check to you. Now, one other interesting thing, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin has talked about doing something similar to what they did back in 2008 when the stimulus payment check came, where they're gonna have people file maybe a tax return where you just report $1 of income so you can get that stimulus payment check. Now, they haven't done anything yet with that, but that's something that might come as well.
Interesting. Boy, there are so many things to know. That's why going to finding a tax professional such as yourself is really the route to go so that you don't get in trouble, whether it's an individual or a business. So talk to me a little bit about what steps your office has done regarding this coronavirus or COVID-19.
Well, one of the things we've done, since there's so much emphasis on social distancing, is we've had some methods in place for many years, but we're emphasizing them even more so now. One thing is people can use our express drop-off pickup where they just drop off their information, hand it to our receptionist without an appointment, or they can mail their information to us and we'll mail their tax return to them. Or better yet, use our electronic method where they upload their tax information to us using our client portal. It's secure. And then we can send their tax return to them using the same portal, secure method.
Well, we all know that everything around here is changing day by day and hour by hour sometimes. So again, please consult your tax professional. If you don't have one, we have a whole list of resources, or you can also reach out to Stephen's office. Um, please make sure this is a great opportunity for people and businesses to keep staying afloat. Or if you just have questions, please reach out to them. Stephen, anything else last that you'd like to let our viewers know about?
There is one other thing. A common question we're getting is people are saying, hey, they've extended the tax filing deadline from April 15 to July 15. Does that mean I have until July 15 to make my IRA contribution or contribute to my HSA, health savings account? The answer is yes, you have until July 15 to contribute to your IRA or HSA for the previous year, for 2019. So that's good news.
That's great information, especially with so many of our nonprofits. And if you want more information on that, they should call you directly, or visit your website. And I know your team's been fabulous and really responsive in reaching out. So thank you for all you're doing, and thank you for donating your time and sharing these tax tips with our viewers. It's really important that we keep our business community on the cutting edge of things that they need to know. Thanks again for joining us. Keep watching. We've got some more experts that are going to give you top-notch advice here shortly. Thanks again.